God creates dinosaurs. God destroys dinosaurs. God creates man. Man destroys God. Man creates dinosaurs. All right, so this movie, Jurassic Park, is also about androgyny and transhumanism. Okay, so it starts out, he's kind of mean to this boy here at the beginning. But what happens by the end of the movie, man changes into a woman. It's the pregnant man theme that we also saw in Godzilla. Godzilla was a pregnant man. The man became a mother. In all these movies talk about DNA. They actually use the words DNA in many of these movies. Paleo DNA, ancient life forms being resurrected. And they are resurrecting the primordial sample. The miracle of cloning, which is asexual reproduction. Okay, so they say the dinosaurs left their blueprints behind for us to find. All right, the blueprint, which is a footprint. All right, the footprint is the genetic blueprint. Blue is the color of aliens outside of the terrarium. A genetic blueprint, gene hacking, a gene hack man. And there's the primordial sample, the genetic blueprint. And there's the scientist with the syringe. These are all symbols you see in all these different movies. And by the way, the old man with the cane is kind of like the man in the wheelchair. It's the disembodied spirit. The guy's a sorcerer and a magician and a high priest is what he is in this movie. That old man with the cane is a high priest and is using his magic and sorcery to create hybrids. So the dinosaurs use the DNA of frogs, and frogs can actually change their sex, which is exactly what happened to these dinosaurs in the movie. And it's what happened to the main character of the movie. He changed his sex from a male to a female. Can frogs change gender? Are they hermaphrodites? Yes, frogs can change gender and are hermaphrodites. In a population with a skewed male-female ratio, gender change can help maintain equilibrium. It's a word used in Masonic literature all the time. Additionally, agricultural chemicals such as atrazine can cause gender change in human beings. Frogs. Since they are hermaphrodites, they're capable of laying eggs. Okay, now this Asian scientist here played a transvestite in the TV show Mr. Robot. Population control is one of our security precautions. There's no unauthorized breeding in Jurassic Park. Well, I think they want to turn the entire world into Jurassic Park. All the animals in Jurassic Park are female. We've engineered them that way. See, the dinosaurs are just a symbol for humanity. We control their chromosomes. It's really not that difficult. It's kind of like a puberty blocker. And remember in the movie Godzilla, that main scientist who worked in a lab was a worm specialist who analyzed worm DNA. And worms are androgynous, actually. They're both male and female. They're hermaphrodites. So both movies are talking about controlled breeding, hermaphrodites, transgenderism. There it is. The androgyne has found a way to return through the barrier of the ice dome, through the Arctic, by passing the primordial sample through the barrier to the human beings in the lab. There it is. Genetic power is the most awesome force the planet's ever seen. And that's why they want to inject everybody on Earth to change the entire species of humanity into something else. And there's a reference to King Kong, right? They actually say the word King Kong, which is another Bigfoot who leaves a big footprint, which is the genetic blueprint, another creature from the abyss. And they go through the gate, a spiritual portal. It's like an arch, the Arch of Titus. Dinosaur droppings. All right, here's the fecal matter. Dino droppings. So we got the DNA, we got the syringe, we got the big footprint, and we got the fecal matter. And he says that's one big pile of fecal matter. As Ryan Bigfoot pointed out, a man happens to walk by with a pair of scissors. Big pile of fecal matter, and a man walks by with the scissors. I don't know how he spotted that, but you see this reference to fecal matter all the time in movies. It's kind of subtle sometimes, or we think it's just kind of a joke, but it's in so many movies it cannot be a coincidence. And the T-Rex is like a beast rising from the abyss. And the footprint happens to be a triad, as I showed before, that does represent the third sex, or the androgyne. Now this guy from Seinfeld tries to smuggle out the primordial samples, and it gets buried in the mud, right? It gets buried in the fecal matter. And now the man is starting to take care of the two children, the boy and the girl. Will have to evolve too, he says, as he's holding the boy and the girl like a mother. He's the pregnant man, just like in Godzilla. Now, frogs have been known to spontaneously change sex from male to female in a single-sex environment. The aliens from the abyss of chaos have returned. Life found a way. Another foot reference with the one breast. Look at that. One breast is showing as well. Pirates of the Caribbean is all about that as well. It's a religious movie. Oh, there he is kissing the boy. You see that? Bringing the boy back to life through some kind of ritual sodomy. In the final scene of the movie, we see the man as mother. With the boy and the girl, the rebus, the man has changed into a mother. That's what the whole movie's about. This guy becoming a mother. They're all androgynes now. The man has achieved balance and harmony and equilibrium. The man has transformed into an androgyne. Ritual androgyny has opened the gates to the abyss. And now they're going back to the mainland to spread the primordial androgynous DNA to the rest of the population. The man has become a mother. It's the pregnant man meme. The entire movie is about Sam Neill having a sex change. It's about transforming humanity into an androgynous race, the drag race, men giving birth, asexual reproduction, cloning, hatching eggs in a lab. The entire movie is about the dinosaurs changing their sex. Godzilla was the same thing. Godzilla reproduced asexually, gave birth to pregnant babies who also reproduced asexually. They talked about earthworms in Godzilla. Here they talk about frogs. It cannot be a coincidence that they're talking about androgyny so much in these movies, and that the literature of the secret societies talks about androgyny all the time, whether it's Blavatsky and Theosophy or the Freemasons. They're always talking about androgyny. It's the oldest religion in the world. And don't worry if you haven't really understood what I'm talking about here. It will become more clear because I plan to do many more of these movie breakdowns because they're all telling the same story using the same symbols. Thank you for watching. See you next time.